Hello everyone, welcome back to another lesson. And this lesson is a very important one because we're going to discuss about a very important curator function called network hierarchy, which we can find right here. And a network hierarchy is basically your method of naming different networks, right? So those are the out-of-the-box names. Most of them going to be empty. But let's say, for example, you have a distributed deployment, right? And let's go ahead and add the network and call it client 1. And you can assign it to a group here, which we have not created yet, so let's do that. And in here you can give it a range of IP addresses, right? Any type of IP ranges, and you can give it a description, a country if you want. So let's go ahead and create it. And as we can see, now we have an IP range for this name. So every IP that falls under this range is going to be granted this identifier. And we will be able to see that in the offense description. So let's go ahead and actually create one for my network called my local network. Don't need to give it a group. We do have to give a group. Let's give it client 1, that's fine. Right? All right, a network name cannot contain spaces. Keep forgetting about that. And now we have 2 entries under client 1. And you can add, for example, your servers, your DNS servers, your DHCP servers, any sort of applications, endpoint ranges, IT ranges, anything that basically I would even say it's mandatory upon deploying your curator instance to have your network mapped as accurately as you can possibly do it in this window here, because it's just going to make your searching and triaging way more easier. Now, every change that you do here, you're going to need to deploy changes again, right? Because it's a global change. And another thing I want to say is that there is a application developed by IBM in order to make bulk changes to the networks, right? Because it's easier. And it allows you to download your networks as a CSV file, edit the CSV file, and then re-upload it again. And the reason why I'm not going to show it is because the application has not been updated for a long time. And from a security standpoint, it's vulnerable, right? They even released a message about it. So even though it works and everything's fine, it's a vulnerable application, and therefore I cannot, in a clear conscience, show it in this course. But if you are curious about it, you can just go ahead and download it from the App Exchange. It's called Network Hierarchy Management, if I recall correctly. But I will not be able to show it in the course. So after we deploy the changes, we're going to see that we still have our network here. And if I go ahead to log activity, and let's go ahead and search source IP equals 192.168.1.064, which is the network that we just created. We give it a name of my local network. For example, this one, we will be able to see, maybe it's not relevant for built-in log sources. So let me go ahead and just clear those for a second here. Yeah, this one, for example. Right, so it's not going to show apparently in the event itself, but it will show for offenses. So if you have an offense here, you'll be able to see when you go inside of it, you'll be able to see the line that specifies the network. But another cool thing you can do is to search by network instead of manually typing different IPs. So you can go ahead and choose source network. And now you can select from your network hierarchy any network object that you want. So I'm going to go ahead and select my local network. And as you can see, every event that is found within the range I specified is going to be shown here. So we can aggregate by source IP and see that they all match the range I've supplied. So this was just a very basic example. Of course, an actual deployment is going to have many, many different networks here for each of your clients, right? The name is going to be the name of the client. And under it, you're going to have your different kinds of IP ranges, which again, I emphasize is very, very important to make sure this is updated. I would even say to do a weekly or a monthly check just to make your administration life more simple for yourselves and your analysts as well. So this is pretty much what we're going to cover in this video. And that's it for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.